Blog Talk Radio.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
What's up, everybody? It's Anonymous Radio. Daryl, are you still there?
Que tal, amigos?
All right.
What's up?
All right, folks. We have our guest host, Daryl. We have our assistant host, Daryl, because we have no one else. And welcome to Anonymous Radio with me, Cody, and Daryl.
Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah,
Saturday Night Live.
our Daryl's now the new co-host of the show since we have none.
Oh God!
And
unpaid.
Yeah, congratulations, Daryl.
I'm an ANCAP.
Yeah, you're the new co-host of Anonymous Radio. Congratulations.
All right.
You've earned it.
All right.
Yeah, you can call in and be the new co. Yeah, today is episode 32. Trump gets busted and what's next, but we're just going to skip the main topic because it's boring, and I'm just going to go with these other topics. But we're just going to go to this we're going to go to this last one. We're going to go to the last one. If any of you have been following me on Twitter this week, I put Twitter shadow banned me earlier this week.
For what?
Daryl right here. Yeah, me and Daryl, we do not know. I told Daryl is the first one to know about the shadow banning me crap. We do not know. I don't know why they shadow banned me to begin with. It's just a mysterious force. Maybe they hate
shadow
me.
Ban itself. The shadow ban.
Well, they shadow banned.
Like shady, right?
Yeah, they have shadow banned AK Illuminati. They did it to him. I know. I consulted him because he got shadow banned the day after he was on the Blue Beano show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened to him the day after.
I've been shadow banned myself at times, I believe. You know, it's hard to, you just look and your tweets aren't there. You know, it's like, what?
For me, my tweets were there, but not my DMs.
Yeah. And you were like a ghost. You were a ghost in the chat room, like, you weren't there.
Yeah.
But you're on the list.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Just like Twitter, banning people left and right for spam crap, like they did. Bo's got his account back.
Hell yeah.
He's gotten it back finally.
Welcome back, Bo Hodges.
On the group, as I told yesterday on our little call before Bo's show, about they're having their little argument between each other. It looked pretty funny. Bo and Grumpy Cat arguing between one another.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, Joe's icon kind of looks like Grumpy Cat.
Yeah. I thought he was the moderator's room for a long time because of that cat. I don't know.
Yeah. Grumpy Cat. Let's call Joe Grumpy Cat.
By the way,
all right.
Say anybody want to get in on that chat, just hit us up.
All right.
DM us, whatever. We'll get them in.
Yeah.
You want to talk?
If you like to comment on the, if you want to comment on the show, the number is 347-855-8412. Now, let's go to another one of these various topics, and after we get done with a couple of them, you can go with your crazy rants. A critic of Vladmir Putin gets assassinated in public earlier this week.
Okay, that's hard.
I mean, he got assassinated out in the open in Ukraine.
Well, that's
in the capital of Ukraine, of Kiev.
They wanted so that it can't be proven, but they wanted people to know who did it. You know what I mean? Like that uranium pellet.
They busted the assassin. They killed the assassin, and apparently the guy, the man he escaped Russia with his wife to avoid Putin, avoid him. But you can't get away from the bastard. He's powerful.
Well, it's funny how all these assassins are never taken alive. All the way back to
Putin.
Booth, you know.
Or Putin.
Oswald,
Putin.
or, you know.
Putin can never be taken alive.
The guy who on the street does it, the guy who calls the orders in, is then, you know, clear to go when the guy who does the deed, the stooge, the patsy, they call it, you know, is taken down. The patsy's gone, and they're free. There's no question. It's like, oh, well, obviously he did it. You know, it's like, but where's the, you know, no proof. So, you know, you can't link it to him.
So you're going to try to call the show almost for all the episodes so we can get someone in? Going to try at least?
Mm-hmm.
Try? Not really. And also, looks like the FBI is investigating Trump and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, apparently looks like they're investigating them for, like, alleged ties with Russia. I don't think they're going to find anything. Yeah, I don't think they're going to find anything to help prove anything. And it's about there's
like,
no.
They always do business with Russians, and then it's like, well, you know, we do business with Russians. It's like, well,
yeah,
you can't prove anything beyond that.
Yeah. It's kind of like buying guns at Walmart. You pay the money, but the paper trail can't be traced. Right? It's like that.
No. Oh, well, I don't know.
No. It's kind of like the paper trail. Yeah, but there are some places that don't, like the black market.
No, I don't know. I guess so. The straw dealer.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Or the Chapo market.
Yeah. The straw dealers can't be like gun guys. They wouldn't be risking their gun rights to do that unless they were just thugs buying
not at all.
guns.
Speaking of guns, did you hear about a few hours ago there was a shooting on the Vegas Strip?
No, I didn't hear that one either.
Yeah, there was a shooting on the Vegas Strip. A guy was killed, a guy was injured, and the shooter was arrested after negotiators. Scott lives in Vegas, by the way.
Well. One shooting. Hey, Baltimore. Hey, you're in Chicago, right?
South of it.
Like every weekend.
But yeah, so are you still gonna try to call the show? Try.
Am I not? What?
Not guaranteed. No, I meant you, Lou.
I'm calling. I'm calling.
Yeah,
right?
for the co-host, Boo.
Oh,
now that you are co-host.
Where's the check?
Yeah.
You know, man.
Yeah. You're going to try to at least call the show to be for the co-host since you're now co-host?
I'll do it, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
I talk to people in the street I don't know, you know.
Yeah. Daryl's our new official Daryl Ardentrout's our new official co-host of Anonymous Radio. Now, here's another topic. Yeah, here's another one. Yeah, derail. Here's another one. More people keep jumping over the White House fence. Well, attempt to jump the White House fence, and they get busted by the Secret Service.
It's just so
one time
it's not even in there. Right?
Yeah, people keep jumping over it, and and the Secret Service is like overstretching their budget. The Secret Service is like asking for more money. And guess what? Guess what these budget people in the OBC office said?
Was
Take a guess.
No more money? Now,
yeah, no money. No money for you. No money for you. Yeah. It's so sad. So sad for them.
Well, man. They're creating jobs for security, private security. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you listen to Bo's show? He was talking about Walmart. He was talking about Walmarts and wrecking towns and shit like that. Are you against Walmart in all ways, thick and thin?
Well, no, not necessarily. Like, my brother is employed by Walmart. You know.
Oh, but you're not. You're unemployed.
Well, like I said, he's a disabled person, and he's receives Social Security, so he can't make over a certain amount of money, or they'll take the Social Security away. And that's what they say is like, Walmart doesn't pay their employees very good, and it's like, well, there's got to be a lower level job somewhere, that doesn't pay a whole or
Bo's,
I don't know.
Bo's job when he worked at a taco joint paid a low level, but then it got shut down after Bo revealed to OSHA that they were like spraying degreasers over all the cooking equipment, and they were all getting sick, and they didn't do a shit. And then Bo just called OSHA, told them, "Hey, they ain't doing this shit right." And they just shut the place down. And Bo was like,
man,
the manager of the place just says, "Bo, you can go walk out the door." And they just go ahead. And they have him on camera, but they didn't do anything.
OSHA, dang on it. My anarchist, I don't like that. OSHA, good grief.
Yeah. And he kept talking about all these manuals and shit like that. Something about a safety booklet of of poisons you have in a business, something like that.
Well, I came from a body shop background, and it's just all toxic waste in that shop, floating around in the air, particulates, paint fumes. Well, mostly like sanding, and you're sanding paint, particles, polymers.
Kind of like Mako, right? Kind of like Mako, America's Body Shop.
No, dealership. I was 3 dealership jobs I've had since 2000. I started out at Ford. I was at Myers Ford Company in Elkton, Virginia, and then I moved to Joe Bowman Chevrolet Cadillac in Harrisonburg. Then I had a bad experience there, and I basically got a fight with a coworker. Or a coworker came at me. Believe it or not,
did you win the fight?
No,
did you win the fight?
Bullshit. Yeah, I think I did, but I didn't swing on him. He pushed me down, and I got back up.
Did you get fired?
You know what? No, I walked because he was kind of a family type thing. His family was in the dealership. No, I didn't really want him arrested. After he pushed me down, Did you? I meant, did you get arrested? No, I got unemployment because they basically. Okay, here's what I think should have happened. A scuffle's gonna happen between men in a shop in a cock-hard environment of a fucking shop. I don't know. I hate that shit personally, but it's like there's gonna be a scuffle every now and then. Men are gonna bump heads.
Of course.
A punch. Something's gonna happen. Not like a full-out brawl, but I don't think it should be an assault. You know what I mean? Man to man.
That's happened.
You take it out. But he pushed me down, and I got up and I started just laying into telling him just basically like you're a shit painter. You don't show up on time. You don't care about your job. And all this. And basically he just kind of was like
pissed off.
Oh shit, he's dropping the bomb on my fucking how crappy I am at my job, and he's just that, maybe he just like, maybe he didn't really believe it. Maybe he thinks he's a good painter. I don't fucking know. But at that point, then the manager came out of the office and said, instead of saying don't hit him, you know what she said? She said, "You need to shut up." Right? And you know what I did? I said, well, no, I need to get my coat and get the hell out of here. And I left. Like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. This is over. I'm not staying for this. I'm a craftsman.
No resignation.
I'm an artisan. Yeah.
No resignation required. Just walk straight out the damn door.
I just got pushed down. I could have been hurt, dude. You don't push somebody in a shop. There's metal hammer. I could have picked up a hammer and hit him in the head with a fucking hammer. It could have come to that. It was one thing. whatever. Come back the next day, had a little talk with the general manager and her, and said, well, I'm gonna walk. Fuck it. Then I went out and got on unemployment. And I thought, well, fuck, I'll collect unemployment. I'll find another job. I was tired of body work, for fuck's sake. I've been doing that shit for so long. It's such a.
What were you trying to aim for?
What's that?
What job are you trying to aim for, Daryl?
I work on cars. That's what I do. I'm a mechanic, technician. I like to restore cars. That's what I'm trying to get into. Is more hot rods and restoration versus collision repair.
Can you armor cars?
The whole industry is controlled by the.
Can you armor vehicles?
Man, I'm sure of it. What's that? Armor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you armor a car?
I actually got a plasma cutter. I just got a plasma cutter and a TIG welder down here. I'm outfitting my own garage. I've been in this damn thing for 20 years, man. Seriously. And people don't believe when I say that because I look young, I act young. I'm 36 years old. I've been doing this shit since I was 16 years old, basically.
Damn. All right, we're going to play.
I'm John Galt. I'm walking the fuck out and let the fucking machine stop.
All right, we're going to play a short break.
Whatever. That's my rant, dude.
All right, we're going to play a short break, and we will continue on Daryl's rant after this message. Thank you for listening. Shut up, Diane. Thank you for listening to Anonymous Radio. we're back. Man, I love that damn
job. A dead-end job, man. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, because
being unemployed now, and now what? I was unemployed. Now I'm the co-host of Anonymous Radio.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, that is not a dead-end job.
It's all up from here. The sky is the limit.
Yeah. All right.
So it was
now
at that point that I first found myself unemployed. And it's like, you go out and you put in your applications to the places you want, like right off the bat, right? The places you want to work that you know of, you'd go out and do it. So then, like, you just got to wait to see if you're going to receive your benefits, and there's a whole, like, jump through the hoop thing where you have to call a deputy from the Virginia State Unemployment Commission, has to have a phone interview with you and the boss to see what happened,
Man,
it's kind of funny.
Do it face-to-face. They just do a face-to-face interview like a man.
Well, I'd rather do it over the phone. I didn't want to do it anyway.
What about Skype? They should have just done it. They should have just done a Skype call.
Well, it was a phone call, and basically they said their side of the story, and sounded ridiculous when they told them that they thought I should be quiet and not say anything to my coworker, and that I was the one out of line when he pushed me down and such, And I told the deputy. I said, hey, the guy's got a family. I don't want to see him fired. I'm tired of that place anyway. I'd rather just walk. Fuck it. He should be fired, but you know what? Out of the goodness of my heart and not wanting to be there, I'm not hurting for dough. I'm a single guy stacking my dough, trying to make smart investments. Whatever. I can find a job. I'm able-bodied. Everything goes through, and I get my unemployment benefits. Go to the unemployment. Mm-hmm. Like, well, you have to be looking for. You have to put in 2 applications a week, and I've already put in all that.
Social Security's harder. Social Security's harder.
Yeah. It's like
Social Security's harder because you get barred out.
Well,
sorry, go on.
I ended up basically they made me go back into the body shop industry. I asked them, can I get some help, to go back, maybe, go back to school or something, or a little.
They said no. They said no.
Just something. There's no help at all to find a job. No help to find another job. And they're like, well, you have to put your resume up
the world
and actually be looking for another job. And if another job comes along and it pays what they paid, you pretty much have to take it. You pretty much have to take it. So then I ended up back in another body shop, which was Harrisonburg Hyundai, which they're a good place, but they're a really good shop. They're an excellent body shop, by the way. I had no problem with anybody there. It was a good place to be, but I just didn't really want to be there, So I ended up quitting there, and I'm back unemployed again, just trying to I'm trying to get out and do my own thing. I really want to just if I'm working on cars, I don't want to work on a 96 Saturn. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't want to work on a BMW 328i. No.
I would rather work on a BMW 328. BMW or something nicer. But the thing
or a Lamborghini.
It's like they act like I'm obligated to fix this car. Because basically the insurance company is obligated to see that it's fixed. You know what I mean? And we have a deal with the insurance company where we have to do that. And here's the thing. The rate of the body shop is $45 an hour, while any mechanical engine type shop is $75 an hour. You know what I mean? It's like, what is that?
Outrageous. That's outrageous.
Well, yeah, it is. Well, this is a cheap area, man. This is, you go up to D.C. or something, it's gonna be a higher rate. Other cities. I hate to see what it'd be in L.A. You know what I mean? But it's always the rate of the body shop has been held at this rate as long as I've been in the industry. And the thing is, every shop in town, the body shop owners are basically like, well, if we all raise the rate, then the insurance companies would sue us for price fixing the market. While the insurance companies are the ones that are holding them down. And I actually have to suspect that maybe the shop owners are getting kickbacks or something from the insurance companies, Or if the shop owners don't cooperate, the insurance companies will steer.
Very good.
The insurance companies will steer the work to a shop that's not the shop that's raising the rate. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, anybody can open a shop and just throw up a cheaper rate, and the insurance company would go with it. And it's just kind of ridiculous.
It kind of reminds me of insurance fraud. Insurance fraud right there, you know? It's like they're doing pure insurance fraud.
Well, I don't want to go into insurance fraud. Yeah.
Can we go to another topic? All right. Trumpcare gets.
I was just saying. The insurance company.
Then we'll go to your
Total
thing.
control of the collision industry. Total control of the collision industry. You know.
Which is crazy.
I just leave it at
That's
that.
outrageous.
Yeah.
All right.
Do not ever let them tell you what body shop to go to. Pick your own body shop. Pick the best body shop in town. And get 2 estimates. Yeah, they will stick you.
Just like
if you don't speak English very good, that insurance adjuster is going to try to get one over on you. If you're an old guy, they're going to try to get one over on you. If you're a college kid, they're going to try to get one over on you. And you're paid. And I don't know about this prior damage shit. Okay, they're going to say, okay, you've got a dent in your car. Oh, that's prior damage. Well, wait a minute. I've had that car since it was new. I paid insurance the whole time, you know. Anyway, I digress. Go on to the next topic.
All right.
I am ranting.
All right. Here's
here.
All right, here's the next topic. Trumpcare gets sold in Congress as Trump fails to get people on his side, but we're going to change that. We're going to change sold in Congress to Trumpcare died in Congress. You about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trumpcare got killed in Congress. What do you think will happen now?
Everybody is liking the ACA. Well, other than, you know, just the funky things they make you do for the ACA. Yeah.
Well, what kind of things do you think need to be changed in that amendment? What do you think? Because I know the mandate really needs to be changed.
Yeah,
that's one absolute
don't
thing.
Hit people with a fine for not having insurance. That is, that's bad. They don't have the money for insurance. So you're going to find them.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and just like what me and Busy talked about that on an episode of Anonymous Radio. Me and Busy talked about that. You heard about that. You heard that episode. Yeah, $695 actually.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah.
You go to the doctor once a year, you know, for a checkup. Like I do, you know.
Yeah.
What else? You know, I broke my thumb a couple of years back. It's good to have insurance. It's definitely good to have insurance, you know. But it doesn't pay everything, you know. It's like insurance is basically just your ticket to get in the door, you know. They won't let.
I got one thing to say. All right, I got one thing to say. All right, folks, we got 1 minute left in the live show. The rest of us will be on the podcast. We'll catch you all later. All right, let's continue on. Because besides, over almost a large part of the U.S. only has like one insurer, only one, and that's outrageous. That there's only one health insurer where most people live. No, like Blue Cross. I mean, there's like a lot of insurance providers that like dropped out because guess what? They're too high and they can't afford it. They can't afford it. There's a lot of parts that need to be fixed to make it better. Then maybe, just maybe, the insurers will come back. Maybe.
Well, it's like they say, you know, it shouldn't be coverage for everything like a checkup. It should be more like a catastrophe type thing, you know, like you come down with cancer, you know, or, you know, just it could work if it was more for like that, you know, than it'd be like to cover everything. Like, you know, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, here's our last one. Then we'll go with some other ones we'll think of. Donald Trump's SCOTUS nominee, Neil Gorsuch, gets his ass whooped by Congress.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the guy.
Yeah, he's some guy who says he's with Antonin Scalia's ideas, but not really, because people are just really against him. They're trying to make sure he's not in, but they keep saying, oh, we're going to use the nuclear option to get him in anyways, because we rule over you, you Democrat bastards. We rule over you, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. That's probably what Mitch McConnell is saying right now, maybe. Yeah. That's probably that's probably what he's saying.
repugnant. I mean, Republicans.
Yeah, that's the Republican way for you. We rule the world. We rule Congress.
Mm-hmm.
And here's another one. A terrorist attack occurred in London. As you probably already heard about the Wednesday terrorist attack in London, right? Terrorist attack killed 4, injured 20.
Mm-hmm.
One of the people that died was an American.
No, I didn't hear. Where were they from?
Yeah, from Utah.
Okay. A Mormon.
Yeah,
maybe.
they were from Utah. Yeah,
big family.
probably. Yeah, maybe one of those Mormons. Have you ever? Hey, ever heard of Scientology?
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
Yeah. What is Scientology? Well, what is Scientology, anyways?
Well, you spend money. I like on Grand Theft Auto. There's a good parody of it with that code on there.
Yeah. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4, kind of like the Believers or something like that. I don't know. I did that rack of missions. I did that rack on GTA 5. I did that.
Oh yeah.
All right. Here's another one. Here's another one that's not on this list. Some Democrats created this bill. This is gonna be funny. Guess what it's called?
Yeah.
You want?
What's it?
The Mar-a-Lago bill. I'm serious. That's what it's called. Mar-a-Lago, like his resort in Florida. I'm serious. There's a bill. These guys, these Democrats, this one from Illinois and 2 others, they made a bill that's the acronym for Mar-a-Lago. I can't remember what it is. I have to look it up. But it's just I have to look it up. I gotta put another tab in. Go to msn.com and I'm gonna tell y'all. Let's see, lifestyle news. Yeah, basically this Mar-a-Lago bill, something about information. Let's go to the news.
Information. What do you want?
Yeah, something about information for the government. Something about information for the government. Something about
by hook or by crook we will.
Yeah, about information for the government. But
the prisoner, alluding to an old series.
here we go. There, let's go to that. News. Damn it. Come on. Shit. This is bullshit. My computer practically. Sometimes my laptop hates me. Oh, here we go. Violence erupts at pro-Trump rally in California. Yeah.
Oh wait, was that the one
crazy?
where the guys were wearing the black hood, and I think I saw that beat down video. What did they call those guys? The Antifa. I can't pronounce it.
Well, I'll look it up. I'll look it up on the LA Times website. I'll look it up. I'm looking up right now.
The guy on the ground was wearing a black mask, and they were just punching him. That's
not
like beating him hockey player style. You know, when they pull his shirt up over their head. He had a mask. Don't come into a fight with a mask on. You're screwing yourself.
I have to wait for this thing to log in before I can go down because
I'm not so
my
sure it was an
computer
assault. There's guys bumping heads. No, I'm just kidding. That was an assault.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh wait, I found what I was. Yep, this is the one. This is the one. The one.
I hate to laugh at a beat down. Hey, how about the one where the one dude stole the older black guy?
I'm seeing the picture. I'm looking at the picture. That was great. Yeah, I'm looking at the picture right now. I'm looking at the picture. I'm looking at the picture right now, and there's like a white guy with like red, white, and blue stripes on his shirt, his body, and these 2 black guys with hoods. That's what you're referring to? Here we go. This is what I'm looking at. Here we go.
I was referring
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Here. This is what I was. Here. This is what I was trying to look for. Here we go. Democrats introduced the Mar-a-Lago Act. No, I'm serious. Yeah. I'm.
Nah.
I'm serious.
Well, the actually
I know.
what I was talking about was was two teen, two teenagers brawling, and somebody was on, the phone, and they're all egging them on, and then the little guy comes in whoa.
Here we go. Here's what.
Y'all shake hands. Yo, I'm serious. Yo, shake hands. Look, they laugh at you, And the guy, that was a good one. Look that up. Something inspirational.
All right, here we go.
Not like good brawl and inspiration, but I mean.
Here we go. Here's the here's what the Mar-a-Lago means. Here's what it means. Making access records available to lead American Government Openness Act. Yes, the Mar-a-Lago
Government Openness. They're going to tell you everything. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm serious. They made it because of the 5 weekends he spent at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, some people are calling Mar-a-Lago the Southern White House, the White House of the South.
Oh boy, I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah. Yeah, the White House of the South.
My great-granddaddy ended up in a prison POW camp over that kind of crap.
We're not racist. We're just proud Americans.
No, we're Southern, man. We're not racist.
We're not racist.
We love
we're just
them,
awesome
man.
people.
We've reduced black unemployment to nothing. Well, sorry, man.
Yeah,
I'm kidding people. Please don't think of me like that.
We're all just living there. Yeah, we're all just living there. I don't know what's gonna happen. They say this Mar-a-Lago Act is just dead on arrival. But it's a funny name though. It's a really funny name. Hey, also, let's see. Is there any other crazy stuff? Oh wait, here we go. Tornadoes. Donald Trump put my little nacky thing. Trump has these is isn't it crazy that Trump has 8 years of controversies going beyond his Twitter account?
What about Canada? What about Justin Trudeau? What's he up to?
I don't know. Hey, speaking of Justin Trudeau, speaking of that, did you the Toronto school system has canceled all class trips to America.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they canceled all class trips to America because of the immigration thing with Trump. They canceled all of them. Yeah,
well,
they're not gonna come anytime soon. And they keep saying,
we'll have to build I guess that'll save us from building a fence there.
Yeah, save us from building one there. And also, people keep saying the Canadian dream is better than the American dream. Yeah.
Nah, I got fear it's colder.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Bo said that he thinks that the Canadian dream would be that it would be warm enough for them not to wear a coat someday.
Well, maybe they're the ones causing all this global warming.
And
what, man?
Maybe. And Scott said the true Canadian dream is that polar bears don't eat their young. Yeah.
I've been to Canada.
Yeah. But still, I think the Canadian dream would be that polar bears don't eat their young.
Yeah, I don't
know.
Glenn?
Right, Glenn? I know you're probably listening to our show. No, you are.
War 1812. They won the War 1812.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah. Glenn thought he won the War of 1812, but he lost the War of 1980.
No.
But enough of that. But we've actually made a few jokes revolving around him. He actually hates Bo and me, as I've told you, because God did nothing wrong. Because he's an atheist. Can we explain to folks what atheism is? Can you explain?
They just don't believe.
Non-believers. They don't believe in. Kill the unbelievers.
No, that's nihilism. We believe in nothing.
Kill the unbelievers. Kill the unbelievers.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll give you an A for the whole year if you can prove to me that Jesus existed. Yeah, I'll give you all an A, and I'll let you go to all the college for the rest of the school year.
Okay.
Now, wouldn't it be cool if school was actually free?
What, college?
Yeah, college was actually free. Yeah, if college was free, I mean, like 100% free, you could go back to auto body school and learn more.
Shit.
Maybe you
Hell no, man. I know enough, dude.
Yeah,
it,
you
man.
should.
It's
I
like,
wish you
I didn't
could.
need a,
I wish
I
you
didn't
could
need
be
to go to school for it in the first place, man. It's like you learn by observation participation, man. You don't learn by.
I wish you were
somebody.
our neighbors. I wish you were our neighbors across the street. You would have helped us out in fixing our lawnmower.
Oh boy. And this is how I can make money.
Yeah, we have a lawn. Yeah, we've sold a lawnmower at my place. We've done lots of crazy stuff. Hey, what are fireworks like? What are fireworks like in Virginia?
Fireworks? Yeah, you can only have the fountains and such. We get bottle rockets and stuff from, South Carolina.
Illinois is crap. Illinois is crap city.
Man, how come? Okay, we can own a fucking AR, but we can't own a fucking sparkler. That's where we're at. Why don't they fight for rights like that? Just give me a fucking bottle rocket, please.
Yeah, and people.
Don't take my guns.
Some people
give me some bottle rockets.
Yeah, and some people are trying to get marijuana like alcohol. Some legislators in the state trying to get marijuana to be alcohol.
Like 21 plus.
Yeah.
They totally need to
it's a little crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Just
very well that a plant growing out of the ground is nothing wrong with that. Come on. Nature's perfect drug.
It, period.
Nature's perfect drug. You can't go wrong. You can't overdo it.
Yeah, and plus, did you also hear about the prisoners who escaped underground in a tunnel?
Yeah, you were mentioning that yesterday.
Yeah, I told you about that yesterday. Yeah, folks. The Chapo tunnel thing, it has happened once again.
Old Chapo left a tunnel. The guys came up with the wrong cell the first time.
Yeah. We actually made a joke about it. Shinduo is the PR guy for El Chapo Great Tunnels Incorporated. You want a tunnel that goes under the Vegas Strip? He'll make you a tunnel that goes under the Vegas Strip.
Now I'm worried about people maybe digging under my land. I had a talk with Jeremiah about this the other day.
Yeah, Jeremiah, we'll get you a tunnel that goes under Jeremiah Harding's house in 3 days. 3 days.
He doesn't mind. He don't care. He said he didn't care. Yeah, we'll get Jeremiah.
I got your middle right, too. We'll go under Jeremiah's house in 3 days with an underground tunnel. Maybe. But I wish we could go under Bo's house. Yeah, remember our joke, Bo equals body odor?
Oh, that was your joke.
Yeah, but your version of it was the very bad body odor.
Oh,